There are almost as many resume formats as there are types of jobs. Remember to keep it simple for success. There are three main types of resumes: chronological resumes, functional resumes, and combination resumes. Chronological shows work experience in reverse chronological order, so that your current or most recent employer is listed first. This resume type is often the top choice of almost all companies and organizations because it's easy to read. The chronological form is useful when your work and volunteer history show stability. You have been working in one field for a period of time and are seeking another position in that area. Your career has progressed with increasing responsibility, or you have worked for at least 1 year for all full-time employers that you have had. Start at the top of the resume with an introductory section of 2 to 5 points summarizing your key strengths. Typical headers for the introductory section include profile, summary, career summary, and summary of qualifications. Use the next section to show your work experience. Your work experience should include the name of your current or most recent employer, the city and state where the company or organization is located, your dates of employment, a brief description of the company's business, your job title, and a brief summary of your responsibilities, the total number of people you oversee, the total number of people who report directly to you, and the size of your budget, if applicable. Next is the most critical information on your resume, your accomplishments. Make sure your successes are relevant to the type of position you're seeking. List your successes by their importance to the type of position you're seeking. Make sure to use past tense verbs. Observe the following on-screen samples. Be sure to discuss anything new or different you achieved. Demonstrating your creativity and innovation is very appealing to employers. Be brief when wording your accomplishments. The less you say, the greater the impact. If you have gaps in time between jobs or in your education, this may not be the best format. If you do choose this format, be prepared to account for the gaps during the interview. This resume shows work experience based on functional strengths, not employers. The emphasis is on what you've done, not where and when the work was done. You can highlight certain talents and accomplishments while concealing liabilities that the chronological format would show. The functional form is useful when your work experience and career goals don't match, your previous work experience and current job requirements don't match, or you have gaps in your employment history. Begin with a short introductory section, as described in the chronological resume section. Next, list your successes, grouping them under 3 to 5 headings. For example, a human resources executive could list accomplishments in organizational development, training, compensation and benefits, recruitment, and labor relations. This sample functional resume shows how successes are grouped for a person seeking an administrative or customer service position. Conclude your functional resume with your employment history. This is where you should list the names of your employers, their locations, and your dates of employment. Remember that job titles are preferred by most employers. While the functional resume is good for highlighting strengths and achievements, many recruiters and employers aren't familiar with this format and won't see when and where your accomplishments occurred. Many will believe you are trying to conceal liabilities in your work background. The combination resume makes up for the functional resume's deficiency by explaining when and where successes occurred. Begin the document as you would a functional resume, with an introductory section followed by a discussion of accomplishments grouped by job functions. Add an experience section similar to that on a chronological resume. Feature key successes, while also showing when and where they occurred, so you don't appear to be disguising your background. Unfortunately, many resumes aren't read in their entirety. Since the combination resume begins with the functional approach, many people won't read it all the way through. So make sure this approach is the right one for your experience and job search. With a combination resume, one approach is to create a career profile. This is the functional approach. Place it directly underneath your objective or summary. This section is often referred to as professional, career profile, or simply profile. This important part of your resume contains selected highlights from your work, education, and volunteer-related experiences. Your career profile tells the employer about your best accomplishments and the benefits you offer. Whenever describing accomplishments, be precise and quantify your results. Generally speaking, don't list more than 6 items and use phrases like added value to the company by, exceeded goals, or improved sales. These are phrases that add punch to your profile and show employers the value you bring to the table. Whether you're constructing a chronological, functional, or combination resume, it's always important to remember to take your time and create the best possible representation of yourself.